It's always been the case with Kyla. Speaking to the unlikability, it was the reason she never got big on any of those platforms.
Sure,
is because
your
of
audience doesn't like me, but that doesn't change the fact that there are significant other audiences that do like me.
There are no significant audiences that like you. None. Name one.
The Jubilee audience seemed to really, really like me.
They like anybody who's going against conservatives, but none of them came
There
over
was
to your
multiple
platform.
people on my Jubilee platform that were against conservatives, and yet I was the one that got all the promotion. I gained like almost 10K subs from it.
And it didn't do anything for you. Your live streams are about the same size, and they're about the same size because it's a likability issue. 30 live viewers?
Well, yeah, for like a small channel, that's pretty significant.
Yeah,
That's
30
like
live viewers. Like, it's always been a likability problem. It was always the supreme unlikability.
No, I mean,
Kyla
I don't know why you're like making these weird digs. So part of the reason why
It's
my
not
channel
even a dig.
Of course it is.
No, it really isn't.
How is saying I'm unlikable and that's why I'm not famous is not a dig?
No. It's why you never did as well in Twitch and YouTube as you could have done. It
Sorry,
was
what's
always
the
due to
difference between these
likability.
statements?
It's
I'm
not a
unlikable,
dig.
which is why I'm not more popular.
Yeah, well,
How is that not a dig?
That's not a dig. That's just a statement of fact.
There's more TTS.
Okay,
if I
a
say-
statement of fact cannot be a dig.
If you said, Andrew, the reason nobody bought your book is because you're a bad writer, I don't think that's a dig.
It might be depending on like the.
Yeah, I'm not
reason why your
I'm not
book was
even
in
trying to
focus.
make a dig. I'm just saying that that's the reason. The super chatters is like, that was she always had the potential to be.
I took 2 years off of content creation.
Yeah.
That's a really big contributor. In fact, when I started picking it back up in September, I've like grown pretty.
You had
pretty
every
consistently.
advantage. You were there with Destiny. You had a complete access to DGG. At first, they loved you. At first, everything was going really good with that. What ended up happening ultimately was the unlikability. You had Bridges. Bridges was tuned into by tons of DGG. They ultimately just ended up not liking you. That was the problem. It was that
was not
particular
the problem?
audience just did not like you.
That was not the problem.
It was the
ever.
problem.
Okay. If you want to make, there's nothing I could say to this.
Look, I've
All
been in
of
this
this,
space for
just as
years,
it's
I
clear,
know.
is not true of my
You can
career.
you can ask me the lore on basically any content creator from Twitch poll to YouTube, and I could fucking tell you the entire transition that they made, the entire lore behind them, because I
Sure.
study my opposition like no other.
Did you know that I took basically 2 years off of
Yes.
content creation?
Well, it wasn't 2 years.
It was
no.
about 2 years, yeah.
Nope, it wasn't. You still did content creation even in that 2 year span.
I didn't grow any of my own personal platform or promote it.
But you still did content creation within that span.
Almost none.
But you still did some.
Sorry. If you want to grow, so here's a pro tip. If you want to go in content creation, consistency is a really big part of it, right? And
I'm
just so it's
completely
clear.
inconsistent, by the way.
Well, here's one of the
Oh my
issues.
God, who the hell
I care.
cares?
Because you're more famous.
No. I'm just saying that I shirked all conventional wisdom. It's not about consistency. It never has been. It's never been about consistency. That's an old trope for content creators, but the ones who follow the consistency model are always the smallest ones.
Yeah, Asmongold is popular not because he's consistent, but because
It's not because he's consistent.
It's for sure consistency is a large part of it. It's not the only part of it.
It's not even a particularly large part. The largest part of
I'm curious.
The
What's your
largest part of
purpose
content.
in trying to pillory me like this?
I'm not even pillaring you.
Of
I'm
course
just pointing
you are.
it out.
You're trying to say you're less famous because you're unlikable.
It's not about less famous.
I didn't host it.
It's
That's
not
where I fucked
about
up.
less
Is that
famous.
what brought this on? Is that you feel?
Oh Lord, I
insecure,
brought this
upset?
up before he said anything about that.
Andrew, you do have a
Oh,
bigger
Lord.
platform than me.
I'm
and that's
not.
awesome.
It's not a
And
matter
that's amazing
of why,
for you.
It's why do you think it's a dialectic of like? There's content creators who are much larger than me. That's all relative. I've never been an egoist about that. And the thing that's funny is like, never.
Why did you bring up my size?
Never. Well, no, I'm saying that the reason that this happened in content creation was because of the likability issue. It
Why does
always
that matter
was.
necessarily?
Well, because that was what the question was.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, they were talking. I've said the reason for this has always been the case with Kyla. She was speaking to the unlikability, and I was like, it was always the case. It was the reason she never got big on any of those platforms.
Sure,
is because
your
of
audience
unlikability.
doesn't like me, but that doesn't change the fact that there are significant other audiences that do like me.
There
And
are no significant audiences that like you. None. Name one.
my own.
That's you don't have a
DGG likes
you
me.
don't have no they don't.
Yes, they do.
And you don't have a significant audience, and DGG does not like you.
I don't think I have a significant audience
Then why would you say that?
because you said who likes you, and I said my own audience.
No, you said significant.
want tequila.
You said the word significant.
Yeah, the Jubilee audience seemed to really, really like me.
They like anybody who's going against conservatives, but none of them came
There
over
was
to your
multiple
platform.
people on my Jubilee platform that were against conservatives, and yet I was the one that got all the promotion. I gained like almost 10K
and
subs
it
from it.
didn't do anything for you. Your live streams are about the same size, and they're about the same size because it's a
No, they're actually
likability
larger.
issue.
Their CCV, my CCV is actually bigger, despite the fact that
Yeah,
I'm pretty
by what,
inconsistent
30
live
live
streaming.
viewers?
Well, yeah, for like a small channel, that's pretty
Yeah,
significant. That's
30
like a,
live viewers. Like, it's always been a likability problem.
I just disagree, and I'm not asking.
I
for
know,
your-
but you would though, right? An unlikable person would disagree with a person who tells them the reason you're not getting anywhere in this is because you're unlikable. You would disagree with that. That's the point. That's like the most
How is that the
unlikable
point?
part.
disagreeing.
No, it's just that it's the argumentative nature of every
Aren't you
single
argumentative?
individual thing.
Aren't you argumentative?
No, I
specifically
concede most
pedantically?
points, actually.
Which points did you concede? To
Oh,
me?
I conceded tons of points.
Which ones? I also conceded multiple points.
No, not really.
Sure, I
But-
did.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
You're super likable, by the way.
That's true. That's one of the things. The kind of the feedback that I get the most is just that you're a very likable guy.
Yeah, that's why there are so many conservatives that like are not allowing you into certain spaces that don't
Which
want to
ones?
work with you. I'm definitely not saying names.
Yeah, because there aren't any.
There absolutely are. I just want to be very clear. There absolutely are, but I'm not going
And
to
I
like.
guarantee you that all those conservatives are probably not as popular as me.
jealous. They're just jealous.
Probably, I guarantee you that almost all of them are not as popular as I am.
But he doesn't care about how popular it is, guys. Don't worry.
Well,
So humble.
it's just funny to note that's like conservatives who won't let me in their space, but I'm not going to name them, right? So it's like, well, I can name all the conservatives who do let me in their space, and it's all the really popular ones, interestingly enough. Just saying.
And none of the unpopular ones. Yep.
Yeah, I don't
only
even
unpopular
know
ones
who
that
these
dislike
people
him.
are because you ain't going to name them.
You do know who they are. I'm just not going to like obviously.
But you're
out
not
them
going to
here.
tell me who they are.
Yeah, here.
of course
no.
not. Yeah.
Yeah, of course not.
Yeah. Likability issue.
Yeah, because being argumentative is the likability issue.
It's not just the being argumentative. It's mostly it's in your streams. The entire stream is just condescension. That's
How?
the tone that people hear is just pure condescension.
I wouldn't say that that's true. I mean, most people. So, for example, condescension would be me feigning kindness and niceness while like discerning down like in a patronizing way. But that's not typically what I do. In fact, when I mean, I belittle people, and I say that pretty openly.
Yeah, but I just said the whole tone of your stream sounds like condescension to people.
That might be your issue.
No,
but
that's just
that
the
speaks more to
issue.
you.
If you change that, if you change the condescension and you change the likability problem, you would be a fucking megalistar on those platforms.
So, in the case of like Jubilee, for example, I spoke mostly the same way that I speak most of the time. People didn't find me condescending. They find me really
And you
likable.
ended
In
up
fact,
with
one of
all
the
that
things they
exposure,
specifically liked.
20 live viewers, 20 more live viewers.
Yeah, live streams typically are going to grow slower, and I think I gained 6 to 7K subs from that single Jubilee performance, which is awesome.
Okay.
You know what I think your issue is,
Okay.
Kyla? There's no color in your hair. If it was pink,
There actually is.
if it
There's
was
a little bit of
pink
copper.
or purple or blue or green, I think that would go a long way to bolster you. If you want to hire me as a consultant,
Cheers.
I have very affordable rates. Image
Mm-hmm.
consultant.
Why isn't Andrew more popular? What's his issue?
You know what? He doesn't come on the whatever podcast enough. He needs to come on more, just like
True,
you, I
to grow his
guess.
platform from you.
Andrew needs to come on the whatever podcast more. And you know what I think his big thing is? I'm going to diagnose you, Andrew.
Okay.
He doesn't smoke cigars on stream. The guy
Honestly,
only
kinda
smokes
true.
cigarettes. I think that's if he
Icky.
started just like Tony Soprano,
Big
just
phallic shaped thing.
Well, hold on. Let's not project like that. That's crazy, Kyla, that you'd say that. I just think it's that maybe if he smoked cigars, he would get. I think that would be
It'd
big.
improve the aesthetic.
I think it'd be big,
Yeah.
and I would like to see him sing more on his streams. Though I think singing would do well, and I think
I agree.
Andrew, actually, like I know we're kind of like having a bit of a joke here. If Andrew did IRL, like table stuff in public, either Man on the Street or Change My Mind, Andrew would be the biggest streamer bigger than all the even like the young guns that do the I don't know who's
Probably not, right? Like a lot of
No,
people's
he'd be-
issue with
no,
Andrew
no, no.
is like
Andrew-
I don't know. You
hypocritical
guys
lifestyle.
have always doubted me, and I'm one of the largest conservative streamers.
When,
on
when did I
So-
ever
Do
doubt
not
you?
sleep on Andrew.
Also, he doesn't care about it though. When did I ever doubt you?
No, I'm telling you.
Oh my God, we can go back to the
Oh,
old
boy.
streams. This is why nobody likes Andrew. Nobody will debate with Andrew. Everyone hates Andrew. Andrew's bad. They had tons of streams like that. Destiny
So-
had cope streams about that. And the thing
I
is
remember
like, I
you
beat all
having-
you. I beat you.
I remember.
all.
So one of the issues is like you're saying like, oh, we were just talking about how negative Andrew is. Yeah, lots of people didn't like you in the Twitch poll space, obviously, because you're
Yeah,
kind
they're
of
all
an asshole.
leftists.
But yeah, and you're kind of an
Because
asshole.
they were all leftists. That's why.
Well, I like plenty of conservatives.
I wanted all of the leftists hating me is good. That is my favorite part of the job.
What about the conservatives disliking you?
Who? The ones who shall not be named?
Yes, I'm not going to like drop people that dislike you for
Right,
your audience to go
exactly.
and harass.
Because for all I
Yes.
know, they don't even exist. How the f do I know?
They do exist. I'm not going to drop them for your audience to go and harass them in the way that your audience
Yeah.
harasses most of the people that you talk about.
Let
For
me ask you,
example,
can
when
I-
you made multiple 3 to 4 hour roast sessions on me, I don't remember at any point spending 3 to 4 dedicated hours just talking about you, your life, your choices. I don't remember doing any of this. This was your style of content.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And?
So I don't know why you would begin to even point at me and say, you really dislike me. It's like, I didn't like that you talked nasty about
No,
me
you
all the
were.
time.
If this was long before I ever did a trash talk extravaganza, you were talking
Basically,
shit.
we had one interaction where you said, I'm going to interview you. And then it was a really obnoxious debate. And then after that, you just trash talk me. Basically all the time.
No.
Yes.
That wasn't how that went.
Absolutely.
No,
Why did you
absolutely
delete all those
wasn't.
roast sessions? Put them back up.
I didn't. They're all behind a paywall right this second. You go watch them.
Gotcha. Okay. And what you'll notice behind my paywall is there isn't a single time where I spend 3 to 4 hours
Or anybody
talking
behind it.
about not just not talking about you, but not talking about anyone. I don't spend like 3 to 4 hours. Yes. Do I like you that much? No, I don't like you. Right.
The idea.
But that's not the same
Yeah,
thing
but
as
the
like
idea is-
holding me to some standard
it
that
has
I talk
nothing to
negative
do
and that I
with
didn't
It
think
has
you were
to do
going to go
with
far.
likability. That's it.
You said that I didn't ever think you were going to go far and that I was questioning you. I'm completely agnostic on that. Especially at the time, I didn't know anything about social media. I had no opinion on who was going to be famous or not.
Okay.
Okay.